In this video, we are going to talk about best top 10 things to remember when filing income tax returns in 2022. So before starting, please like this video and subscribe to this channel for our future updates. Tax filing can be daunting. So if you're wondering how to file taxes online or on paper in 2022 for 2021, here are the best top 10 things to remember when filing income tax returns in 2022. So let's start. Number 10. Filing an extension. The IRS and Treasury Department have extended the 2020 tax filing deadline to May 17, 2021. The extension will not help all taxpayers. Estimated tax payments for self-employed and small business taxpayers are still due on April 15, 2021. You can ask for an extension to file your tax return for any reason, but there is no extension on the tax due date. If you anticipate you'll owe taxes after filing, pay what you think you'll owe by the filing date, then reconcile afterward. If you don't pay your tax on time or pay too little, you'll be charged interest and possibly a penalty. State income tax deadlines vary, so check your state's deadline. Number 9. Document charitable contributions scrupulously. To claim charitable contributions as itemized deductions, you must receive formal acknowledgement from the nonprofit organizations. An itemized list of any goods or services received in exchange for the contribution, and the date of the contribution. Non-recognized donations are non-recognized using the IRS Exempt Organization Select Check website. A current 501(c)(3) letter is required if the group isn't included. If your donation is under $250, keep track of what you gave, when, and to whom, for example, if you drop clothing off in a bin. Number 8. When you need to amend, and when you don't. Receiving modified Forms 1099, Schedules K-1, and other information forms after filing is a key reason for amending tax returns. If you get incorrect information after filing, you do not have to revise your return if the difference is less than $100 in income or $25 in withholding or backup withholding. The IRS will not penalize you for filing information returns with minor inaccuracies. Number 7. Don't overlook disaster losses. If you lost money or property in a federally declared disaster area, you can normally deduct it as an itemized deduction on your tax return. It must be a loss to your home, possessions, or vehicle, and any salvage value and insurance payments are deducted from the deduction. These losses are usually deducted on Schedule A of Form 1040 for the year they occurred, but can be deducted prior to the disaster if relevant. If your loss exceeds your income, investigate if you qualify for a net operating loss. In these situations, anyone can claim a net operating loss. Number 6. Private debt collectors on the job. The IRS now uses private debt collectors for certain outstanding federal tax debts. If the IRS assigns your tax debt to a debt collection agency, you will be notified by the IRS and the debt collection agency. The collection agencies can represent themselves as IRS contractors and must abide by the FDCPA. Payable to the Treasury, not the private debt collection agency. If you owe federal taxes, contact the IRS to request an online payment agreement, a settlement offer, or a temporary collection delay. In this circumstance, you should consult a tax specialist familiar with these programs. Number 5. Do you even have to file taxes? Yes, probably. Whether you have to file a tax return this year depends on your income, tax filing status, age, and other factors. It also depends on whether someone else can claim you as a tax dependent. Even if you don't have to file taxes, you might want to do it anyway. You might qualify for a tax break that could generate a refund. So give tax filing some serious consideration if you had income tax withheld from your paychecks. You made estimated tax payments or had last year's refund applied to this year's estimated tax. Qualify for certain tax credits. When can I start filing taxes for 2022? The IRS set the start of tax season as Monday, January 24, 2022. Do you file 2021 taxes in 2022? Yes. The purpose of the 2022 tax filing season is to file taxes for the 2021 tax year. Number 4. Choose how to file. There are three main ways to file taxes. Fill out IRS Form 1040 or Form 1040 SR by hand and mail it. Not recommended. Use tax software and file taxes online, or hire a human tax preparer to do the work of tax filing. File taxes online with tax software. If you've used tax software before, you already know how to file online. Major tax software suppliers also provide human preparers. Companies like TurboTax and H&R Block offer software packages or assistance services that include on-demand, on-screen or online access to tax experts who can answer questions, check returns, and even file taxes for you. With the IRS Free File program, you can access free online tax preparation software from major providers. To qualify, your AGI must be $73,000 or less. Hire and work with a tax preparer. While it's never been easier to prepare and file your own taxes using software, you may question if you're missing something and should hire a professional. If you run a business or a side activity, or just need help comprehending the forms, you may want to hire a professional. If you don't want to meet with a tax preparer, you can submit taxes online. A secure interface allows you to send papers to a tax preparer. The preparer will usually email you a connection to the portal, where you can upload photographs or PDFs of your tax documents. Number 3. Understand how your taxes are determined. The government decides how much tax you owe by dividing your taxable income into chunks, each taxed at a different rate. Plus, no matter what tax bracket you're in, you won't pay that rate on your full income. The U.S. progressive tax system ensures that higher taxable incomes are taxed more heavily, while lower taxable incomes are taxed less heavily. Number 2. Gather tax filing information. You'll need to do this whether you're hiring a tax preparer or doing the tax filing yourself. The goal is to gather proof of income, expenses that might be tax deductible or win you a tax credit, and evidence of taxes you already paid throughout the year. Our tax prep checklist has more guidance, but here's a short version of what to round up. 1. Social Security numbers for yourself, as well as for your spouse and dependents, if any. 2. W-2 form, which tells how much you earned in the past year and how much you already paid in taxes. If you had more than one job, you might have more than one W-2. 3. 1099 forms, which are a record that some entity or person, not your employer, gave or paid you money. 4. Retirement account contributions. 5. Property taxes and mortgage interest. 6. Charitable donations. 7. State and local taxes you paid. 8. Educational expenses. 9. Unreimbursed medical bills. 10. Last year's federal and state tax returns. Number 1. Settle up with the IRS. If you owe, there are plenty of ways to send money to the IRS. Electronic payments, wire transfers, debit and credit cards, checks and even cash are among your options. Here's an overview of them. If you can't pay your taxes all at once, an option might be an IRS payment plan, which is an agreement you make directly with the agency to pay your federal tax bill over a certain amount of time. There are two kinds of IRS payment plans, short-term and long-term. Either way, typically you'll make monthly payments to settle what you owe. If you're getting a refund, there are a few things you can do to make sure your money hits your bank account as quickly as possible. Avoid filing your tax return on paper. The IRS typically takes 6 to 8 weeks to process paper returns. When you file taxes online, on the other hand, your return should be processed in about 3 weeks. State tax filing authorities also accept electronic tax returns, which means you may be able to get your state tax refund faster, too. Have your refund sent by direct deposit. When you file taxes, you can have the IRS deposit your refund directly into your bank account instead of sending a paper check. That cuts the time in waiting for the mail. Track your refund. You can track the status of your IRS refund and your state refund online. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoy this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.